I would like to call to order the City of Quincy License Board Commissioners meeting held November 24th at 4 p.m. And Susan, if you could please call the roll.
Sure. Deputy Chief Bayless. Saw him on there. Director Duca.
Present.
Commissioner Jones.
Present.
Chief Keenan.
Present.
And Chair Crispo.
Present.
5 members.
Thank you. I would like to read into the record the open meeting law. In accordance with Governor Charles D. Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law 30A, Section 20, the Board of License Commissioners will be convening via remote conferencing services today, Tuesday, November 24, 2020 at 4 p.m. And that will air on Quincy Access Television, QATV, channel QATV 9, Government Access. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. And with that, we'll get to agenda item number 1. Hearing regarding the request of AMAC Services, Inc. for a common victualler license at the premise located at 1776 Heritage Drive due to a change of ownership. Proposed manager, Anika Powers. Proposed hours of operation, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is the cafeteria outside the John Adams building. William Goldenberg is here to represent. We thank you for being here. Why don't you tell the board about the proposed change of manager at Aramac Services, Inc.
So the facility is currently ran by Sodexo, and as of December 17th, Friday afternoon, Sodexo is no longer the service provider, and it will be Aramark for all 3 of State Street's locations, but the one that's relevant to us is the Quincy location. So in the afternoon of Friday the 17th, Sodexo will leave, turn out the lights figuratively, and then we'll come in and start running the operation.
Okay, thank you. Anybody on the call have any questions or concerns regarding the request of Aramac Services, Inc. for a common victualler license for the premise located at 1776 Heritage Drive due to a change of ownership? Seeing none, board members, any questions, concerns from Mr. Oldenburg? Yes, Ruth.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to make sure that I notify the health department when this is finished and that we have the information in our records for the change of ownership, and if there's any for certified food managers and that type of those type of things, if we make sure that we have it at the health department, if you would.
So tomorrow morning, my colleague Anika is meeting Bill, I believe, DeCarly at 9 a.m.
Right.
with the copies of everything that Bill needs. So to schedule the walkthrough, and I think he will actually be doing the walkthrough tomorrow as well. And I'm a certified food manager, as is Anika. So both of our, and as Allergen as well. So he will have all our paperwork.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate
My
it.
pleasure.
Thank you very much. Seeing any other questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Amarac Services, Inc. for a common victualler license for the premises located at 1776 Heritage Drive due to a change in ownership. Proposed manager is Anika Powers. Proposed hours of operation, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. This cafeteria is located inside the John Adams building, represented by William Goldenberg.
Second on the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're all set. Good luck.
Thank you
Second.
very much.
Okay, second on the agenda, hearing regarding the request of Jimmy's House of Pizza for a common victual license for the premise located at 499 Washington Street due to a change of ownership. Proposed manager Sergio Garcia. Proposed hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sergio Garcia is here to represent, and I did get a call from Councilor McCarthy, and he is in favor of the new ownership there at the premise located at 499 Washington Street. Sergio, hi, and thank you for being with us. Why don't you tell us about your operation there?
Good afternoon. I am very excited to take ownership of this pizza place. It's been in operation for 30 years. Very simple. If it's not broken, don't change anything. I've had experience in running restaurants from dishwasher all the way through running the front of the house pizza place. I've also had experience with pastry chef in Montelios for quite a few years. And also my aunt held the only victualier's license ever granted to a residence in Quincy, where we did specialty decorations for cakes. And we had that open for about probably 16, 17 years. So just, it's a very simple pizza place. And I want a nice place where my kids can have a good, safe place to work during college, during these trying times. And it's basically a takeout to go, very little seating. And the women that have owned it for the past 20 years, I used to go there when I was a kid. I went to school at St. Joseph's. So, it's a neat little place. Just very excited about it.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions, concerns from anyone on the board? Yes,
Again,
Commissioner
just,
Jones.
Sergio, if you could just make sure the health department gets all your information, your certifications. I know you've already spoken with Mr. DeCali in our office. If you could just make sure that we get all that, that'd be great.
Absolutely, 100%. And I'm also going to make sure that anyone that works with us, because there's 4 partners, we'll all get certified and stuff, just to make sure.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions, concerns by any of the board members?
Nope.
Seeing none. Any questions, concerns from anyone on the Zoom call? Seeing none. Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Jimmy's House of Pizza for a common victualler license for the premises located at 499 Washington Street due to a change in ownership. Proposed manager is Sergio Garcia. Proposed hours of operation, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., represented by Sergio Garcia.
Second on the motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set. Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 3. Hearing regarding the request of Colwyn Management, Inc., doing business as Staybridge Suites Holiday Inn Express, Quincy, for a change of manager on their in-holder license for the premise located at 1 Richard A. Stratton Way. Attorney John Aida.
Aida, yep.
Yep. Hi, John. How are
Hi,
you?
how are you? Good. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board. John Aida on behalf of Colwyn Management, Inc. Joining me is Gael Shungu. He is the proposed manager of record. Gael, can you just say hi?
Hi, how you guys doing?
Just briefly, by way of experience, Gael has been in the hospitality industry for approximately 10 years. He's been with Colwyn Management for a little over 2 years now, and has recently moved to this location in Quincy. He's prior manager of record on 2 other licenses, the last being one in Boston. It was the Residence Inn by Marriott in the South End. So he is very familiar with the rules and regulations of the board and the laws of the Commonwealth, again, having been on 2 other prior licenses. So he comes with quite a bit of experience. And Gael, anything else to add?
Oh, I mean, you nailed it. It's cold outside.
Thank you. Anyone on the board have any questions, concerns for the new management at Staybridge Suites Holiday Inn? Seeing none, any questions, concerns from anyone in the audience? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Caldwell Management, Inc., doing business as Staybridge Suites Holiday Inn Express, Quincy, for a change of manager to Gael's Cuda on their in-holder license for the premises located at 1 Richard A. Stratton Way, represented by attorney John Iada.
That was a second on the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All
Happy
set.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yep,
You
thank
too.
you.
too.
All
Thank you,
right.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Also on the agenda, item number 4, the Board of License Commissioners will consider the request from attorney Peter Pasicchio on behalf of Stephen Kelly, the Crack Pub, 536 Washington Street, for a stay of the 3-day suspension of the all alcohol beverage license scheduled to be served December 3rd, December 4th, and December 5th. There was an appeal made for the 3-day suspension with the ABC filed within the 5 days. It's now to the board's discretion to honor the request to stay the suspension pending the ABC's decision on the appeal. So I did just receive an email late this afternoon from the attorney that he was unable to make it today. We just got the notice on last Friday. We did put it on yesterday as a late item. So for everyone to know, the attorney was unable to be here. Is Stephen Kelly here on behalf of the Crack Pub?
I don't think so, Nicole.
Okay, thank you. Seeing that Stephen Kelly is not here, at this time, I would ask the board to stay the 3-day suspension to be served to a later date. I know that the city has no written policy for a stay, and we do take each one individually, and this being one of them. Please, my board members, if anybody has any thoughts, please bring them forward at this time. I would love to hear them, and we can decide amongst ourselves.
Nicole, I'll just say that I was very
Yes, Jeff.
concerned. I was very concerned with the testimony from Peter Turowski at the last hearing of the events and the activity that was ongoing at the Crack Pub. I would say I agree that we should be consistent in granting the stay, but I will say that I'm very concerned. I don't think it's fair to other restaurants in the city where we have people that are disregarding these COVID policies that are in place for everybody's protection. So with hesitation, I would make a motion to uphold the stay. I'd like to hear from the other board members.
I think I'm in agreement, Jay, as far as that goes. We always try and work with businesses to keep them going and, keep them on the right path. I'm not so sure this is going to work in this case. However, I think out of sense of fairness, it is the holiday season. It's a busy season for these restaurants and bars, that I think this stay would be warranted, and I would support it.
Thank you, Chief. Anybody else? Ruth?
I would tend to agree. I think he should be given the stay only because that's his right. I agree with Jay that he didn't seem to be telling the truth at the last meeting. So again, begrudgingly, I would also vote in favor of it.
Thank you. Ruth? You're on mute.
Still on mute.
That's better. I also agree with Mr. Duca and the rest of the board. It is his right to appeal it to the ABCC, but I do have the same concerns that I think the other board members have of the blatant disregard of COVID-19 regulations, and that it is not fair to all the other restaurants that are working so hard to do the right thing. So I would agree with a stay and to let Mr. Kelly utilize his rights of appeal.
Thank you. And if I may, I totally agree with the board. We do have obviously a very, very important COVID health crisis at hand. It is the burden of the license board to protect and keep the public safety as our top priority. With that, I want to be sure that there's a due process here, but I want Mr. Kelly to know that this is very, very important to be, in the guidelines of COVID-19 and what the governor and the mayor are putting forward here, and for everybody's protection, and should be very mindful of that going forward. With that, I would like to call a roll call vote on the stay for the 3 days. Susan, if you would.
Deputy Chief Bayless, excuse me.
Yes on the motion.
Director Duca.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Chief Keenan.
Yes.
Chair Crispo.
Yes. So
That's
5-0 on the stay at this time. I want to thank you all. I want to say this wasn't an easy decision, but I think that it is in the best interest to let Stephen Kelly try to work with us here at the city and do the right thing. And with that, I am looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Please be safe. And I know, Ruth, I'm sure that you're a little nervous about people gathering, but hopefully everybody will do the right thing.
Stay safe, but social distance, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Happy Thanksgiving all.
Happy Thanksgiving all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.
Bye.